It's time for another quick raid video. This one is brought to you by the Bespin Pirates. Thank you so much for sending this footage in. A few days ago, I showed this exact same team doing 20% damage in phase 1, and I mentioned that they can do over 30% damage in phase 2. A lot of you wanted to see this team, and here it is, or at least very close to it. This is going to be 26% damage, and it was just one roll of the dice away at the very end from another huge hit that would have put it over 30% chance. So what's going on here? So it's basically the exact same strategy as in phase 1. You are going to try and get Kylo as many turns as you can so that he can stack that mastery. He stacks mastery by gaining those siphon stacks and then using his AoE to convert them into siphon. So we've got Hux, who's granting bonus turns to Kylo. We've got Thrawn, who's swapping turn meter. He's getting a little bit of fracture in there, which can help as well. And it's just all about getting Kylo as many turns as possible so he can stack that damage. You're going to see at the very end he's going to hit for over 2 million damage on his final hit. And it is very RNG dependent, guys. You saw one of the big ones right there was that Devour. If somebody's devoured, they cannot be revived, with the exception of Zombie, whose revive can't be prevented as long as Daka is there. Unfortunately, the Rancor is going to dispel Zombie's taunt before the Devour. So you cannot guarantee that Zombie is the one who is being devoured, and it's complete RNG if you get that once. Running it over and over again to get the first one isn't too bad, but then as the run goes on, can you get a second Devour on Zombie? Can you get a third Devour on Zombie? It takes some good RNG to actually get that to happen. And then you've also got some RNG with Daka's revive. If you're not a Night Sister, you only have a 35% chance of being revived by Daka, as we see another Devour on Zombie there. So that's where the good RNG comes in. A lot of times when you run this, you're only going to get about 10% or so. But if you hit things right, you can get over 30% damage on if you get it right. So it's I know that's not what everybody wants to hear, that you might have to run this 30 times to get that big damage run that you want. But it is possible. It's certainly possible. We've got, you see, Doc has brought back Thrawn a few times. Thrawn can be very helpful, but you also have to, with Thrawn, there's some decision making to be made there as to whether or not you want to use his fracture when the time comes. A lot of times, which you'll see a couple times in this video, a lot of times you actually do not want to use that fracture on the Rancor. The fracture is a multi-hit attack that will stack a lot of turn meter, and sometimes it's not worth the fracture to be able to get that. You definitely want to use the fracture whenever the Rancor is being toppled, because he doesn't gain turn meter on hit there. And you want to use fracture if the Rancor's turn meter is high. But sometimes, like right there, it's better to avoid it. It got an extra 2 million damage out of Kylo. So great run. Thank you very much to the Bespin Pirates. Stay tuned, guys.